Hey YouTube land, it's your girl Lexi, and I do apologize that I did not upload my morning commute. I have been watching other bloggers trying to see what they do, and so I am going to start doing that. Kind of give everybody the sunny side of Vegas every morning because I've seen a lot of bloggers from the South. Not really a lot of bloggers from Vegas. They come to Vegas, they visit Vegas, but they're not from here. So I think having a fresh perspective of what Vegas looks like will be just what everybody ordered. So I want to go ahead and make a video about the end of the Queen's Court. The time right now is about 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, and Maddie put this uh, post out on Instagram and Twitter talking about she's so sorry with the emoji face and she tried. And I I have listened to everybody's take on this, from A.T. Ellian to Sean Bradley to Cemented to everybody. I can't even list everybody's names. Like, when I was driving from client to client today, I was just listening to YouTube. I wasn't even listening to the radio because I just wanted to see, was I right? Was I wrong? Everything like that. And there are definitely Maddie mobs, hashtag Maddie mobs, and hashtag Queen Quiet. I'm so sorry, guys. Queen Kaya. And there's very few people like myself who were saying, yo, they're both in the wrong, or they both have a point. So some things that I really liked about some people's reviews, especially AT Aliens, is she pointed out the obvious, which was, Maddie, you're the one who keeps bringing up all these receipts and all of this stuff. If you guys have not done the research and you're just going based off of what was said, AT Alien did the research for us, where she was like, hey guys, Maddie filed for the trademark on February 8th. So after y'all had fallen out, because if everybody does the math, think about it. The whole Queen's Court episode that went down was 14 days ago? So that was February the 5th. And 3 days later, you decided to go file for it, even though you knew you and her weren't talking, which lines up with what Kaya said and lines up with what you said. And I'm talking to Maddie right now about being blocked. So the day that you found out that you were blocked, it also happens to be the day before your trademark was filed. You say you did it to protect the brand and everything like that, but Kaya, and again, I'm only repeating what Kaya said and what Maddie said. Kaya came out before your rebuttal and said, hey, your lawyer called my lawyer about this. So it was a pre-planned event. So you can say, and another thing is, you said that you called her, and I'm just repeating what you said. You said that she was out with Chi Chi, and you called her and was like, hey, this blogger is talking about buying our stuff. I want to protect the brand. It's going to cost this much. And she was like, handle that. Well, if it was filed on February the 8th and y'all fell out February the 5th, she blocked you on February the 7th, you didn't call her. So what's the real tea? I know I'm not the only person who's questioning this. People are going at Maddie on her Facebook, on her Twitter, on everything. Yes, she had a lot of views, but a lot of those views, they were going in. And it doesn't matter about the receipts. You talked about Nikki reaching out to you on April 17th or April 2017. I'm not going to say a specific date, but in April 2017, y'all didn't really go live with the Queen's Court until September, October. So she reached out to you after one episode. It was like, hey, do y'all want a TV show? Now, I'm not going to take away from you, and I really do think that the Bonham and Mary was there. The Will Packer thing, there's a lot of coincidences here. Will Packer and Monique had a very strange working relationship before she got cut off. And it just seems like there's some underhanded dealings going on. It really does. And I don't know, I'm not going to say I don't know who to believe, because I'm going to believe everything that I've put together. Because everybody knows that when you are in an argument, 9 times out of 10, unless you're a real person, you're going to put yourself in the best light and put the person that you felt did you wrong in a negative light. And I'm basically thinking that that's what's happening. But also, I'm also putting everything that they're saying, because if we're supposed to believe them and their word is supposed to be bond, then I'm going to put what you say. If you say the sky is blue, I'm going to say, all right, sky is blue, because on the day that you said it, the sky was blue. But if you forgot to tell me that there were some white clouds floating by, then I'm going to say, hey, well, why didn't you mention that all these clouds were up in the air? Yeah, the sky itself is blue, but there's also some clouds. Let's not negate the details. Again, on my previous post, I did say I did not like the whole Gio incident, because Gio works for Maddie and Gio wasn't impartial. I do like the fact that there are a lot of commenters who are using their common sense and saying, yo, why didn't y'all have a mutual lawyer? Why were there 2 different promoters paying y'all? Like, again, I live in Vegas. I have worked for some very high-end places. Like, real talk, I worked for Sugar Factory. I was one of the original candy girls at Mirage when they opened up their first location in 08, 09. Actually, 09, June of 09, if you want to be really technical about it. And all the celebrities, and you guys can fact check me, Google it, do whatever you got to do to look it up. All the celebrities were rolling through there. Kim Kardashian was huge in it. Pussycat Dolls, Britney Spears, those $22 and $25 lollipops with the little replaceable screw heads that blinged out. Yeah, I was one of the original chicks. And I can tell you that when a celebrity was coming in, we knew there was mass appeal. Everything came out. Now, the only time we had like the red carpet video people was when Kim Kardashian, but that was a planned event. And that was when Keeping Up Kardashians brought their own cameras. So no, we were in there with regular cell phone cameras and everything like that. And I'm bringing all of this up to say that everything has a plan, especially with celebrities. And what I don't like is people going back and forth between Maddie and Kaya. Ladies, I don't think you'll ever see this. If you do, I would be so honored. But to be honest, people are going to be rooting against you, and you guys are giving them everything that they wanted at this point. You are so divided. You're not talking. Outside looking in, I'm going to be honest, I really do believe that Maddie did some shady mess. I think that a certain someone, and we all know who it is, because it's just funny, this person hasn't had nothing else to say since the real blow up happened. And that's the mark of someone messy. When someone is truly your friend and on your side, they will come out publicly, not publicly, but they'll be like, hey, fall back, sis, fall back. think about your bag, think about your bag. This person did the innuendos, made the videos, and now that there's no money to be had, they don't have a thought, they don't have a review, they don't have anything. So you really, really, really need to look into stuff like that. Also, I think that it is really sad that we have so many people who are just, our country and our world is so divided right now. And I say that because you have all these people who are just saying some of the messiest stuff, especially with Kaya saying that the homies, the thugs, the whatever they want to be called, the conscious ones, were like, why are you messing with them? Anyway, we see it in the comments, so let's not pretend like that's a lie. She really probably has been taught to by some people who don't agree with the LGBTQ lifestyle. And she felt some kind of way when she said it was business. Now, I think that was kind of wrong for her to say, but again, that's not on me, and I don't know her heart. I know that she has a lot of LGBTQ supporters, and I know that she's really, really good friends with most of them. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that she's a hate monger. I'm not going to say anything like that. I do think that Maddie played a role. I do genuinely think she's hurt, but I don't think she's hurt for the right reasons now. Just looking at her actions now. Because you can say whatever. Everybody can paint a picture to what they want it to be, but that doesn't make the picture itself true. So for her to come out and say everything that she did, and then, oh, I tried, and I'm not a thief, but you didn't tell anybody when you trademarked. So if you were 100, you did this at this time on this date, da-da-da. Not first she was out in the streets with Chi Chi and she was drinking Absolute and smoking blunt. None of us needed to know that. We know that she smokes weed. She said it on the show. We know she drinks Absolute and cranberry juice. She had it in the glass. But not once did she say, oh, when Sis was out there getting drunk and whatever, like, it wasn't even subliminal shade. It was just shade all the way around. And I really don't think that Maddie thought it through. I really do think that she was gassed up. I really do think that she was, I'm not even going to say not in her right frame of mind, because I'm a true believer. You know what you say, you know what you do. Drunk, high, in between, you know exactly what you're doing. I think that the whole money thing was shady as hell. Just shady beyond belief. There was no reason to bring up how much you paid and how much you did this. Like, if you really were in business, everybody knows you're going to have capital expenses. If you really are trying to build a brand, you're going to have to pay like you weigh. But that's what lawyers are for. That's what contracts are for. And to sit up there and to go through all of this and then be like, oh, she owes me da-da-da. I paid almost $2,000 for this. You paid for the trademark after y'all had fallen out. Why would you do that unless you were trying to control something? Like, let's just be 100 with this at this point. And it sounds like I'm Team Kaya. No, I'm Team Truth. I'm Team Straight Up. And this just shows that African Americans, Black people, whatever you want to be called this month, we do so much to each other. We don't need another race to hurt us. We're going to do it ourselves because we are constantly undermining each other. We are constantly fighting with each other. And this shows it. It's not about two females being catty. This is about being honest, being truthful, and holding each other up above the mighty dollar. Everybody always wants to know why other races and other people do so much better. This is exactly why, because they value each other. And these ladies talked a good game, but they didn't value each other, and that's on both of them. And Kaya was wrong for insinuating that she stole. Whether you believe she stole or not, personally, I think she did some slick, shady mess, because she thought, and this is just an honest opinion, and this is an honest assumption. I assume that when they fell out on the night of the 5th, and Kaya did not call her on the 6th, Maddie called, or it may have even happened on the 6th. It may have happened the next day. Maddie called her attorney and started the process for the trademarking. And by law, a lot of people, this is all stuff that you can look up online, and I encourage everyone to do so. By law, if an attorney is acting in good faith, they have to notify the opposing party when something is about to happen. So when Kaya said, when your lawyer called my lawyer and said this was happening, that speaks facts. That speaks truth. And for everybody who's like, oh no, this date was January this date was this, fact check me. Fact check yourself. Go to Fulton County GA documents. It's all online. This is the best thing about it. Thanks to the Patriot Act, everything is online. Everything, when it becomes to business licenses, you can go to the business license page in Georgia, just like you can in Nevada, just like you can in every state, and look up who applied for business licenses and when it was filed. Once you do that, once you do the research, if you care to, some people are just here for the drama, but once you do that, then make your comments and then decide who was in the right, who was in the wrong. Was Maddie trying to secure her bag? Yeah, she was trying to secure her bag, and she should just say that. I would have respected it more if Maddie had come out and say, yo, she was tripping that night. I didn't want to lose our money. I didn't want to lose our bag. I went ahead and did what I had to do. I would respect the hell out of that. I'd be like, you know what? Okay. She was afraid of losing the bag. They had all this potential sponsorship. And I'm going to be honest. I went to the crayoncase.com and all of their stuff is sold out. So apparently their sponsorships were doing something. I also look at people's actions, and again, when someone protests too much, it generally means that they're in the wrong. And Maddie just keeps going and keeps going. Now, I understand that last night she was like, oh, I want to clear my name. Okay, well, Kaya didn't say a word as far as I know. I have looked and listened, and this was one of the reasons why I was listening all day. I haven't seen Kaya come out and give a rebuttal to the rebuttal. However, Maddie inexplicably comes out and does her rebuttal to her own rebuttal, saying, I'm oh so sorry. You wasn't sorry last night. You wasn't sorry last night. Like, again, everybody's going to have their opinions and everybody's going to have their faves. I think that we all just need to back up and let these chicks work this out. And if they don't want to work it out, that's fine. But I'm going to be honest, Maddie, you were wrong. And that's another thing. We were talking about money and she didn't pay the money and stuff like that. When you paid her, when you supposedly pay. Well, no, it's not supposed, because it's been verified that the money was missing up until this time, and blase and stuff like that. To me, and I'm just gonna be honest, Maddie, to me, if that had happened to me, I'd be like, oh, you trying to show me that you controlling my money? I'm real cool on you now. You trying to show me that, oh, you had to get me paid because this supposed fool that you know that booked us didn't have my money, but they had your money, but then you wired my money. No, that's not good business. That's not good business at all, because that was a power move, and it came back and it bit you in the butt, just straight up. It's money, Maddie, honey, money does not make the world, because you're sitting out at home. You may have Chi-Chi sitting there right now. You may have Gio telling you everything gonna be okay. You may have your people but you need to think about how your actions and how you was going up there calling out Bonham and Mary and Nicki Minaj and Will Packer. You messed up your own bag then. Business 101, boo-boo. You don't sit up there and talk about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You wait until that ink is in stone and there is a joint press release. You don't sit up there, but I'm sorry that I put you out on blast. No, that is the quickest way to get blacklisted. And while you were sitting up there blowing smoke up Miss Monique's behind and everything else, look at those people's careers. Look at it. Everybody who has decided to put people on blast, they don't have a career at all. And it's so funny that everybody's saying that Kaya did not have business sense and blase, and she's a crab in the barrel, but she did not once talk about Nicki. She did not once talk about Will Packer. She did not once talk about Bonham and Mary Productions. And if nobody knows, Bonham and Mary is behind The Real World. They were behind Survivor. They're behind some of the biggest reality shows out there. So it's kind of weird, because I've never seen them do a talk show. I've always seen them do reality shows, because that's their bread and butter. That being said, think about who was blowing that up. And think about who didn't. The person who you would have thought was putting that on blast did not say a word. Not one iota. And that itself speaks volumes to me. Again, these are the kind of things that we as a culture, and I'm talking about 18 to 24, 25 to 34, and so on and so forth, think. Don't just take what people are saying to you. Step back and look at it. So go ahead, guys, leave me your comments. I'm sure I am going to get roasted, but that's okay, because at the end of it, you guys don't know me. I hope you get to know me, but you don't know me and I don't know you. You have an opinion, I have an opinion. But I'm going to quote Sean and say, yeah, I'm done with this, because we're never going to know the full truth. And right now, this is just looking bad for everybody involved. But again, go ahead, leave a comment, like it, please subscribe. If you have a page, 9 times out of 10, I will subscribe back to you, as long as there's no hate-filled, anti-whatever. Like, if you want to be anti-roaches, I don't like roaches. So, great, we can be anti-roaches together. But if you're like anti any kind of race, religion, creed, gender, sexuality, anything like that, I can't. But other than that, I got your back. So go ahead again, guys. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Have a good one. Bye.